Hi, folks. Welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Well, today, gold is nearing $2,800 an ounce. It's in record territory. It's been record highs yesterday, and then again today. It's gone higher, and it's getting pretty close. 2,800. Silver is over and above 33.50. So we're talking close to $34 an ounce is where silver is at. That's the highest it's been in over a decade. At the same time, we've got an election that is, we all know it's going to be a poo-poo show, right? Regardless of what happens, whether they claim that Trump won or they claim that Kamala won or Biden or Obama or Hillary Clinton. I mean, who knows at this point? Or maybe there won't even be an election. Could be martial law. State of emergency. National state. You'll never hear them say martial law. Okay? So if that's what you're waiting for them to say, if you're waiting for the president or some, general or someone to stand up and say, we're declaring martial law, you'll never hear that happen. You'll hear emergencies. There'll be some kind of national emergency, right? That could happen. We've got Israel has given the final approval that they're going to attack Iran. They are planning and anticipating Iran to retaliate severely on them. Just recently, the United States military sent some missile defense systems over, and today they're requesting more. They're requesting another missile defense system. As I mentioned this morning, North Korean troops are now training in Russia, 12,000 of them, and they're getting ready to go on the front lines and fight Ukraine. Ukraine is begging to be part of NATO, and NATO's General Secretary says, yeah, that's going to happen. No timeline, but they said it will happen. Illegals pouring in. I'm almost 47, and I know that some of you are much older and some of you are younger, but I cannot remember a time that things were this chaotic and crazy. And I've spoken with people that grew up in the 60s, that they remember the 60s well. And I've spoken to many that say that they don't think it was this bad during that time. And that was a chaotic decade also. The late 60s into the early 70s were kind of chaotic. And they're saying that it wasn't that bad then, as it is now. We don't know what's going to happen. I would be shocked at this point if nothing really big happens. If the election goes by and whoever they declare wins and they take power in January and, people are upset. There's little pockets of anger, but for the most part, everything just moves along slow. And all these wars kind of fizzle out. I would be surprised if, the problem with the border just, kind of disappears or, those kind of things, it's not going to happen at this point. I mean, I'm not saying that with any kind of authoritative certainty. I'm just telling you that the odds, the likelihood that all of these events are transpiring all at once and it's all going to be okay. I can't see that happening. This gold and silver thing it's because the United States' currency is failing. It's going under. BRICS has made their big announcement that they are definitely releasing a gold-backed currency. They are definitely, doing a cryptocurrency money transfer system, all of that kind of stuff. And there's just almost every day another country that's decided to jump on board with what they're doing, meaning that they have less and less faith in the U.S. dollar. And it's not just adversarial countries. It's countries that are trade partners and we've been friends with, right? So more and more countries are walking away from the U.S. dollar. At some point, it's going to become actually noticeable in what you're, buying, how much you have to pay. Already inflation's high, so it's just going to keep going up. Country just keeps going into more and more debt. The social moral fabric of this nation is just continually unraveling more and more. Everything that I've said, and there is more, I know you all know it. You all know what's this kind of stuff. You watch my channel, you watch other channels, and you already know this kind of stuff. So why am I saying all this? I'm saying this to try to help you see, with all this stuff coming together in one big ball, that it's one big picture. It's not just this bad thing is happening and this bad thing just happens to be happening at the same time, right? It's that these things are happening in unison with each other. These events are planned, and they're being done together. And we need to recognize that, and recognize how important it is for us to start really, I mean, and I know you're all saying, wait a minute, I've been started on this for a long time ago. I'm talking about shifting our mindsets, that we're not just prepping for some kind of event. We are actively readying ourselves for the events that are happening. And while they may not be directly affecting us, I mean, some of you, they are, some of these things are, they will most certainly be directly affecting us in the near future. Things will get crazy at some point. I mean, it's almost an inevitability. The level of chaos that we could see after this election, going to be crazy. There's already whispers and talk, and even Donald Trump said something today of the potential for Joe Biden taking back over, being the person on the Democratic ticket, not Kamala Harris. See if that happens. Unlikely, but anything can happen at this point. It's just we're in an insane, chaotic time period, and we have to realize that. We have to shift our thinking. And I don't want you to stop living life as normal and living life to the fullest. Yes, we need to be doing that. So I don't want you to just be kind of depressingly focused on all this bad stuff. But we do need to have it kind of in our mind. We need to be focusing on it on a very regular basis at this point. When you're making decisions, when you're doing things in your home or on your homestead or whatever it is, you need to be doing that through the lenses, through the view of what do I need to be doing with this particular thing, or do I need to purchase this or not, from a preparedness perspective. This is the kind of stuff we all need to be doing. It's going to hit us at some point. It already has many people. Many people right now in the United States, for all of you, and I see the comments ever so often, oh, everything's fine where I'm at. Oh, there ain't no illegals here. Oh, grocery stores are full here. Well, guess what? It's not that way for everyone. You just must be fortunate, because there are many, many people in this country that are dealing with destruction of their property because of, natural or somewhat natural events that, hurricanes and floods. It's destroyed everything they own, and there's no one hardly there to help. I mean, yes, there's volunteers that are coming and bringing them food and blankets, but I'm talking about, the big money that can come in and say, well, we'll take care of your home that got destroyed. I just saw a little clip of a interview with the governor. I think it was North Carolina, but it could have been South Carolina. Doesn't matter. And he flat out said exactly what I've been saying since all this flooding happened. He said, oh, some of those areas are now unlivable. He says, we'll have to buy them out. That's right. Government's going to buy up everyone's property. It'll probably end up being owned by BlackRock. These things are happening. Crime rates are skyrocketing in areas to where people can't even live there. They can't even go outside their homes. Shortages are happening in many areas. People are suffering in this country because of the policies and the direction that we're going. And it may not be happening to you right now, but it is happening to a lot of people. And at the pace that things are progressing in the bad way, odds are it's going to start happening to you sooner or later. And you need to be ready for that. You need to be not just preparing for things, but into a state of readiness. It needs to happen. You need to be not just, oh, I need to stock up and buy a few more cans of green beans. Yeah, of course, you still need to do that kind of stuff when you can. But your mindset, your lifestyle, the choices that you're making, the things that you're doing right now needs to be through the lenses of, I need to be ready because things could dramatically change very quickly for me. And whatever I'm doing, is this the best choice? Is this the best choice for me to be on the ready for things to fall apart, for things to get ugly, for things to get chaotic? Because I think at this point, it could happen just that quickly. It really could. And we need to be ready for it. You need to be getting your houses in order and preparing yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.